Hello everyone, it's Kari here, and in this video I'd like to introduce you to Artulia's Jup-8000 V, an authentic recreation of a legendary synthesizer known for its defining role in electronic music history. In this tutorial we'll explore exactly what makes it special, its features, controls, and dive deep into creative tips and techniques to inspire your musical journey. Let's get started. The Jup-8000 V is a powerful virtual analog synthesizer designed to recreate the iconic sound and unique sonic character of the original Roland JP-8000 from the late 90s. Known especially for its signature super soul waveform, the JP-8000 left an unforgettable mark on trance, dance, and electronic music production. With Artulia's accurate modeling technology, the Jup-8000 V brings classic sound back to life with fresh, intuitive enhancements ready for modern production workflows. Before diving into details, let's listen to some sounds to get a sense what Jup-8000 V can do. Now let's take a closer look at its main features. The core sound of the Jup-8000 V begins with two digital oscillators. Oscillator 1's waveform selector offers multiple waveforms: the iconic super saw, triangle mod, noise, feedback oscillator, square sawtooth, and triangle, all displayed in real time by the visualizer. The super saw is the most iconic waveform here, delivering a rich layered stack of detuned sawtooths. This is the waveform that got this instrument famous and can be used to create piercing trance leads, chords, and basses. Triangle mod gives a vibrant metallic edge ideal for dynamic textures and percussive elements. Noise includes a resonant key tracked filter perfect for tuned noise or adding gritty textures. The feedback oscillator provides edgy, metallic, and resonant textures through a tune delay and feedback process. Lastly, classic square saw and triangle waveforms offer timeless, subtractive synthesis sounds. Use octave and chorus controls to set pitch precisely in octaves and semitones. The legendary super saw waveform defined trance genre's soundscape in the late 90s. By stacking multiple detuned sawtooths, you get rich, lush pads and energetic lead sounds. Use the detune control to adjust the spread of pitches between saws. Higher detune values yield increased richness and movement. Adjust the mix to control the density of stacked saws relative to the core sound. Moderate detune values create classic trance leads, while pushing it higher brings out modern, immense textures. For example, set detune around 65 and use the sequencer for multi-octave intervals. Or dial detune to 100, set octave to -2, and filter around 125 Hz for a thick Reese bass sound, perfect with added distortion from the FX section. Oscillator 2 provides additional harmonic layers or serves as a sub-oscillator with waveforms including pulse, triangle, or sawtooth. Its extended pitch range, -48 +48 semitones, is ideal for bass layers or bright harmonic additions. When paired with Oscillator 1 through ring mode, sync, or X mode, it unlocks extensive sonic experimentation. Hard sync forces Oscillator 2's cycle to restart with Oscillator 1, creating aggressive harmonic textures as you adjust Oscillator 2's pitch, perfect for rich leads. Ring modulation multiplies oscillator signals, creating bell-like metallic or inharmonic textures. You can also benefit from remaining textures by combining noise waveform on Oscillator 1 with pulse or triangle on Oscillator 2 for expressive synthetic chimes. X mode provides audio rate frequency modulation from Oscillator 2 to Oscillator 1, delivering raw, unstable textures perfect for experimental patches, especially when combined with sync and ring modulation. With a dedicated AD envelope and main LFO, you can animate oscillator pitch and X mode for classic sync effects and percussive transients. This allows powerful expressive modulation and dynamic movements. Once the oscillators create your sound, the signal passes through the filter, shaping the spectral content. The Jup-8000 V's filter provides 3 selectable modes: low pass, band pass, and high pass, each dramatically affecting your sound's character. It's worth mentioning that Jup-8000 V filter is particular as it has a very linear slope, making it very sharp when used without resonance. Adjusting the cutoff frequency changes the tone, while increasing resonance emphasizes frequencies near the cutoff, adding character and intensity. A higher resonance can lead to self-oscillation, create its own pitch tone, perfect for dramatic sound design like filter sweeps, lasers, like zaps, or even tones generated entirely from resonance itself. You can also choose between 12 dB and 24 dB slopes, controlling how steeply the frequencies are reduced, offering precise shaping of your sounds. The filter becomes truly expressive when you modulate its frequency using the dedicated ADSR envelope, the main LFO or MIDI controls, such as key tracking and velocity sensitivity. The ADSR envelope allows you to control the filter's movement dynamically over time. A short decay with high resonance and a sawtooth waveform quickly creates that classic acid bass sound, especially when combined with distortion and drive from the effects. The main LFO can modulate the filter for rhythmic effects, such as wobble bass or sweeping cinematic textures. Combine slow envelope modulation and fast LFO modulation for a layered, evolving texture. Jup-8000 V also offers comprehensive stereo control through the balance parameter, positioning your sound precisely within the stereo field. The main LFO can animate this balance, creating stereo movements like swirling pads or rhythmic panning. The amplifier section controls your sound's amplitude contour, shaping dynamics and expressivity. For example, a long attack and release creates lash pads, while a fast attack with short decay is ideal for percussive, transient, rich sounds. You can also modulate volume with MIDI velocity for expressive performance, or use the main LFO modulation for subtle tremolo or rhythmic pulsing effects. The classic bass and treble tone controls, modeled directly from original Jup-8000 hardware, allow quick and effective frequency adjustments without deep menu diving. The comprehensive multi-effects section completes the signal path, featuring for fully adjustable slots for effects like trance gate, reverb, delay, and multiband compression. Each effect slot has its own dry-wet control, allowing immediate tonal shaping, quickly adds subtle space or dramatic texture changes. Clicking the effect titles allows to switch between different studio quality effects seamlessly, maintaining creative flow. In the Advanced panel, each effect can be deeply edited, unlocking extensive sonic potential. Dial in nuanced details to perfect your sound design or production needs, whether subtle warmth, powerful ambience, or intense rhythmic effects. Advanced panel starts with the multi-arp and sequencer. You can choose between one of these using the top drop-down menu. This is a creative section within Arturia synthesizer interface designed to generate complex, rhythmic, and melodic patterns. Multi-arp is really powerful. It can generate 4 different arpeggio patterns at once. The sequence selector allows users to cycle through predefined patterns, offering a variety of styles and patterns. Rate defines the speed of the arpeggiated sequence, tempo synced to your DAW, or free running. Next, gate controls note duration or gate length, adjusting how long each note in the sequence is sustained. Scale function defines the scale to which the arpeggiated notes conform. Available directions are grouped under 3 main categories: Advanced, Classic, and Creative. You can also define the transposition, octave range including decimal values, which is really cool and unique, and start offset that determines at which note within the sequence the pattern begins. The rhythm section is presented in a circular step sequencer layout. Here you can adjust rate, rhythm, rhetoric function, or length of the pattern, all contributing to the uniqueness of the sequences. Note section, on the other hand, allows you to adjust the length of the notes as well as introduce randomness to note velocity, octave range, gate length, enable note repeats and velocity offset, and compression for extreme values. Bottom section offers a visual representation of each step, showing how notes in the arpeggiated sequence will behave. Another tool that can be used to generate melodies is the step sequencer. At the top left, you have the sequencer preset dropdown, which allows selecting, saving, or recalling stored sequences. Let's listen to a few factory sequences in action. The best thing about the sequencer is that it is easy to understand and very straightforward. The central area is a piano roll style editor with a grid where you can visually program notes on steps along the horizontal timeline. Double-click with your mouse to draw notes, grab their edges to extend or shorten them to set the velocity levels. You can set the length of the sequence by grabbing the top edge of the piano roll and moving it to the left or right. You can also define the rate, enable legato, or define swing or transpose the sequences. Below the sequencer presets, there are handy utility functions. You can save the sequences, export them as MIDI file to your DAW, erase the whole sequence, or duplicate notes. On top, Scale defines note availability within your sequence and ensures musical coherence when sequencing notes. Its visual nature makes sequencing intuitive and fast, while detail controls like velocity, swing, and scale choices allow for deep expression and rhythmic creativity. Just right after our multi-arp and sequencer, Jup offers the effects section. Here we have access to 4 effects slots. You can choose between 17 different effects, which can be chained together. A standout effect to cover in more detail is the trance gate that was designed for this instrument and is deeply connected to the roots of trance music and Jup-8000. This is the perfect tool if you want to reproduce 2000 sounds with no hassle. And finally, Arpeggiator gave us the ability to reorder effects by drag and drop, allowing you to craft signal chain exactly how you want it. In the advanced panel, you can also add 3 extra modulators. Choose between ADSR, function generator, random, mod sequencer, or voice modulator. Each modulator can be routed to almost any parameter, and the beauty is you can stack them for even more intricate movements. Choose a modulator, set up your modulator parameters, and then drag the needed modulator to the parameter you want to modulate and set amount of modulation. Mod sequencer is a value sequencer for modulation. Instead of a step sequencer, it could modulate a parameter according to value. Random introduces unpredictable modulation, my favorite. You can randomize modulation, adding subtle or dramatic variations in pitch, filter cutoff, or any parameter you choose. Each of our modulation stages can also be modulated, so we can really create complex and evolving modulations. Next is our keyboard MIDI modulation. The keyboard section allows for modulation based on how you play on your keyboard, velocity, aftertouch, and even polyphonic expression. You can also add modulation to your mod wheel. This part is especially useful for expressive performances where the feel of how you press the keys directly impacts the modulation of sound parameters. Finally, macros give you the power to control multiple parameters at once with a single knob. For example, you could assign a macro to control a filter cutoff and reverb amount simultaneously, making it easier to perform live adjustments. The interface allows you to customize and fine-tune these macro controls with ease. And that's our deep dive into the Jup-8000 V. I hope this thorough overview inspires your creative explorations. Be sure to explore our other Jup-8000 V tutorials for more tips and advanced techniques. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.